Hi guys. So many people have been making inquiries as to the uses of rosemary oil, what it entails, how to use it judiciously to see massive hair growth. So this video is just practically, giving like a breakdown on what to expect while using rosemary oil. So if this video is what you would like to see to the end, stay tuned. So first off, when you're using rosemary oil, ensure that you're always moisturizing your hair because one of the primary ingredients in it is cloves, and we know cloves have drying effects, so you don't want your hair to dry out and break, right? So you need to moisturize using a leave-in conditioner, not another type of oil, but a leave-in conditioner, because leave-in conditioners are water-based and they are very moisturizing. Moving on, ensure that you focus on your scalp, so you can get an applicator bottle so that you can apply the oil directly on your scalp. Your scalp is actually like the bedrock for growth. That is where all growth usually, sprout from. So if you want like massive hair growth, visible hair growth, ensure that you apply the rosemary oil directly on your scalp. Then you can extend that hand of fellowship to the remaining part of your hair. But don't apply too much on your strands because it could be overwhelming. The oil could be heavy for your hair strands, right? Moving on, you can easily pair it with rosemary water. So using rosemary water and rosemary oil is like an added advantage. It is actually beneficial to use those two, right? So what you need to do is you go in with spraying your water with a spray bottle, then you go in with your leave-in conditioner and you can seal it up with the rosemary oil. Do you get? So that's like the LCO method. This one is actually the LCO method, right? Moving on, you can actually use any form of carrier oil to make this rosemary oil. Carrier oil includes your olive oil, your almond oil, and the likes, right? But one thing you need to also consider is your hair porosity. So hair porosity is basically the ability for your hair to absorb moisture, right? We have the low porosity, we have the medium porosity, and we have the high porosity. So if you know you have low porosity, you can use lightweight oil so that your hair can easily absorb it, because it takes a lot of time for low porosity to absorb moisture or hair products in general. So you need a lightweight oil so that it can actually absorb very fast and do the job, right? Then for medium porosity, that's like the best porosity out there in terms of the fact that it will absorb moisture fast and it will also retain the moisture for long. Then for high porosity, you need heavier type of oil like your olive oil, because it absorbs very fast and gives up very fast. But if the oil is actually heavy, right, it would retain it for a little longer, right? Moving on, ensure that you use either the fresh or the dried rosemary leaves. Ensure that they are of good standard. Don't use any form of rosemary leaf that have withered and is not good at all. Use something that you are proud of. If you are using the dried one, ensure it is extremely dried. If you're using the fresh one, ensure that it is actually fresh. Do you understand? So that you don't, have the risk of having like mold in your oil. Capish? Moving on, ensure that you keep your rosemary oil in a cool, dry place. Don't keep it in the fridge, don't keep it in the freezer. Cool, dry place, just somewhere in your room. Somewhere that is actually very secured, safe, cool. You get the vibe? And you can actually store it in an airtight container. Airtight container, right? So, moving on, ensure that you apply this particular mixture 4 to 5 times weekly on your protective style, and even when you're not on protective style. But it is very good to use it while on protective style so that you can monitor the growth, right? So 4 to 5 times weekly is enough. And like I said earlier, always moisturize your hair because of the cloves that is included in it, right? And generally your hair needs moisture, so with or without the cloves, still moisturize your hair regardless to avoid hair breakage. So yeah, these are the major things you need to know while using the rosemary oil, things you need to put at the back of your mind while attempting to make the rosemary oil, right? All right, so I remain your favorite hair coach. If you need the ebook on how to grow healthy long bouncy hair. Actually, you need it. It's not a case of if. You actually need it to learn a lot more than what I'm sharing on YouTube. Click the link in the description box, and yeah, I'll see you in my next. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.
You can bank on it. You can put 100 grand on it. Anything I said, I'll stamp on it. In a private plane, I'll lamp on it. Let them call me Bankole. Cause I walk around with the bank on him. Show them Gangnam Style, put the gang on him.